Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Georgia Overbeck. Thank you so much for being here and for clicking on this video. Today's video is going to be all about the app Poshmark. If you've seen my previous videos, you would know that I talk about Poshmark quite a lot. And if you don't know what Poshmark is, it is an app where you can sell your clothing, your housewares, your books, shoes, men's, women's, kids, any of that type of stuff, and Poshmark covers the shipping, but they do take a 20% cut from whatever you sell. Myself and my family have used this app for years now, especially when we were selling a lot of our stuff to move to a new country. We've made 5 figures. I'm not going to share the exact amount. We've made 5 figures on Poshmark, so it's been very helpful for us and we've been very successful on it. And so today's video is going to be all about tips on selling on Poshmark. And if you want to check out my Poshmark, it is linked down below, my Canadian account and also my US account. All of these tips work whether you're in the US or Canada. If you enjoy this video, please let me know by liking and commenting. And if you want to see more videos about Poshmark or reselling, I would love to make them. So let's get into this video, starting with tip number 1, which is to make your Poshmark account look friendly. When you first make a Poshmark account, you have a cover photo, you have a profile picture, a little bio about yourself. And so the first thing I would do is to add pictures to your cover photo and to your profile picture and edit that little bio about yourself, because you want to make your account look like a human. When you go on Poshmark, you want to know that you're buying from a person, not just a brand or something like that. So add a picture of yourself or of your interests or something that kind of explains you. And then in your bio, put a little bit about yourself. It doesn't have to be a lot, but just make it seem very personable and friendly, and that will help people to trust you more and actually want to buy your things. Next, when you are taking pictures for Poshmark, make sure they are good photos. Imagine if you were online shopping or on Poshmark and you saw an item, but the picture was blurry or it didn't have the full item in it or the lighting was bad. You probably would just scroll past it unless you were looking for a specific item. If you were just scrolling through and wanting to find something, you most likely wouldn't stop if the photo quality is not good. So that is one of the biggest things. Have good angles, so make sure that the whole item that you are picturing is in the frame. Good lighting, natural lighting is the best if you can have that. If there are any imperfections, make sure to be honest about them and take a picture of that and include it. And I'll get into this in a little bit, but also include it in the description of the item. Make sure to have a good background. You don't want it to be super messy in the background or cluttered. Usually I will either hang up my item on the wall so that the wall is just the background, or I'll do it on my bed or the floor so that it's just a plain one color background. Also, I personally like to take my pictures for Poshmark on my phone camera. You can take pictures for Poshmark in the Poshmark app, but I find it better to just do it on my camera because I can take more pictures at once. And also at the same time, if you are using your phone camera, make sure that it's set to square, because that is the dimensions and size that is going to show up on Poshmark. Next, price your items a bit higher than you would like to sell them for, because people are most likely going to offer lower for them. That's one of the biggest things with Poshmark, is people are going to give you offers or they're going to want discounts because obviously it is used. So price your item a little bit higher than what you want to sell it for. And that way, if you get an offer, then it'll be a little bit closer to what you wanted originally. And going off that is, don't be afraid to counter offer. A lot of people can be very bold sometimes and really undervalue the item with their offer. I've had items before priced at $30 and people will offer $5 for things. Definitely counter back. I would always recommend to counter back if it's not a price that you would want, but make sure to be open to offers as well, because again, these are secondhand items. But don't undervalue yourself or your items. Next is to add a personal touch with your packaging and maybe even an extra gift. For me, I like to add a little handwritten note. In the past, I've added free magazines, little jewelry, just little random things. And that way, if somebody does buy an item from you, then they'll be like, oh, I had a great experience with this Poshmark seller and I want to buy from them again, or I will buy from them again in the future. And I've had that happen to me because I've had good experiences with buyers in the past. So definitely add a little bit of a personal touch. Another thing I like to do is right after somebody makes a purchase on my Poshmark closet, I will go to their bundle or I'll go to that sale and I'll immediately message them and say thank you for your purchase. Again, that just humanizes the experience, makes it a little bit more friendly and positive. Next is to make sure that your packaging is safe. If it's something that is breakable, you could add gift wrap or bubble wrap. I like to also add some wrapping paper on the outside of my Poshmark packages for a little bit of an extra touch, and also so it's just a little bit more safe and things won't get wrecked in the shipping process. Next is to relist/reposh every once in a while. After a while, things can kind of just sit in your closet and not sell, because if you list something as new, there's a tab on Poshmark where people can go to and see things that have been recently listed. So it's kind of like a refresh and people will see them again. I usually like to relist my items every 30 to 60 days, depending on what it is. And I find that when I do that, things will sell much quicker. Next is to offer bundle deals or sales, especially if you have a certain amount of items that you want to sell before a certain date. So for us, we are going to be leaving Hawaii in the next couple of weeks. And so I want to try and sell as many items as possible. And so right now I have a deal, which is 7 items for $20. But I've done in the past 5 for 20, 3 for 20, 2 for 10, whatever it is. You can have your own deal or bundle sale. And the way that I tell people that I have that deal going on is I'll put it in the title. So I have 7 for 20 in the title, and I make a graphic on Canva, which kind of just describes what the deal is and how it works. And I have that always at the top of my closet. And then whenever somebody likes an item from my closet, I have this little message that I have copied and I paste it to their bundle. And it just says, I have this deal going on right now. If you're interested, if you have any questions, please let me know. And that way they just know that a deal is going on. Next is to respond to comments and messages. And this goes off of kind of my last point. If somebody does respond to the message that I send them and they have a question, I definitely make sure to respond to them back, because again, that is humanizing the experience and being friendly. Especially if somebody has questions about an item or they want another picture, always be open and helpful to that person. Next is to have a descriptive bio and title for your item. Again, think about it if you were shopping online, and this doesn't even have to be on Poshmark, it could be on any online website, and you click on the item and it just says black shirt. You're probably not going to be as inclined to buy the shirt as if it said Zara ribbed black shirt, size small. Then you have description, you kind of know what it's going to be. So in your title and also the description bio, add the color. You can measure it if you want, and so you could add the measurements. If it has any imperfections, the size, the pattern, the material, what it's made of, how it fits. These are all really great things to add into the bio. Next is to share your closet regularly. So I usually try and share my closet at least 3 times a day, especially when there is a Posh party going on. So Poshmark has these themed parties 3 times a day. So sometimes it's tops and shirts, and so everybody can share their tops and shirts listings to that party. Sometimes it's certain brands like activewear, sometimes it's dresses. So I try and share my closet around those times and any listings that I have applicable to that party. Next is to ship the orders as soon as possible. Again, this is something that future buyers can see, and the person who is buying from you has a good experience, they're more likely to buy again. So I usually try and ship in a day or 2, but the faster you can, the better. And last bonus tip is to share on your social media or with your friends. You can share your Poshmark closet to Instagram or Facebook or TikTok and just let people know. Say, hey, I'm selling some things that I'm not wearing as much. I'm trying to make a little bit of extra money. Or with your friends, you can tell them, I'm selling these things. on Poshmark if you want to check it out or share with your friends, and just spreading the word about your closet. And with that, I'm going to end off the video here. I hope that you found it helpful. And again, if you want to see more videos about Poshmark or reselling or how to make money on Poshmark, then please let me know. Thank you again for watching and have a fabulous day.